Okay, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing another bow build, and this time it's an Elite Era. Okay, for starters, we're going to replace the strings. We got some gas, I think these are high octane strings, all in flow yellow, everything other than Speed Max or black. We're going to take these old strings off, which are still really good too. I think they're like threads or something, they're brand new. They only have, oh no, these are gas too, but Dad didn't like the color. This is Dad's bow. So Dad didn't like the color. It's like a green and a white, but we're going to replace it with these yellow ones. So I'm gonna start trying to take the strings off and put the new ones on. So let's see if I can do it. Okay, to start it off, I'm gonna press this to the point where I can take this cable off right here. I'm gonna put not the cable, but like the main string. I'm gonna put the main string on first, then I'm gonna do the cables second. I don't know if that's the way to do it, but I'm gonna take this main cable off first, string I guess, and then go from there. So I'm gonna press this a little bit more. Pretty loose. Now I can go around, pop this side off. Pretty easy. Come over here, pop this side off. Got it. Alright, I'm gonna put this on the ground exactly how I got it, just in case things go sideways. I'm going to put this on the ground exactly how I pulled it off the bow. So if I can't get this other string on, I know how to put that one back on at least. But on this string you can see, oh that's a cable, right here. You can see it has where the D loop ties on to right here. I don't know if it's easy to see. Then you have a little piece of string right here, a little red one. I don't know if that's easy to see, but you can see that red string, that's where your peak goes. So that's how you know kind of how the string will align on here, because that's going to be obviously on the top of the bow, because that's where your peep side is. So I'm going to start with the peep side first. It has a paper clip. I'm going to start with the peep side first. Undo the paper clip. Like so. Then put that on over here. So you wrap it around the cam. Wrap it around the cam, and then there's a spot for it to fit on. Like so. And try not to twist it as much as possible, because these come, what I think is they come kind of twisted how they're supposed to be. Then see how this side lines pretty much right back up on the bottom cam here. So I'm going to take this paper clip off. And put it where it's supposed to go. There's a little, when I get this on, I'll show you guys where it kind of hooks up on the cam. Got it hooked in there. Might need to press the bow a little bit. More to get me some more room. And press a little bit more. Got it. Now you can see these things want to jump out because they're so stiff, but kind of get them, try to run down the line as best as possible. You can see the string is on there, so I'm going to take this off real quick and show you where those hook up on the back side. Okay, now you can see, so it runs around the cam like so, and this is kind of popped out because the bow is still pressed. And it has little hooks right on the inside of the cable, so the cable, you can see like right there, and that hooks back, wraps around back around it. There's the red cable right there, and then the same thing on this side, the same thing wraps around the cam, there's a little hook on the inside. So now I'm going to do one cable at a time next. Okay, I still have the bow pressed in, but I'm actually going to pull it up like this. Make sure it's all aligned in the cams properly, and then slowly let out to kind of stretch the string back to to make sure it's running in the cams correctly. Okay, it's all running in the cams. Everything seems good. It's running down the cams nicely. Still hooked up. Okay, everything looks good. I just kept tension on it like this and then let out of the bow vise slowly to make sure everything still lines up. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is the cables, which these are going to be slightly harder. Alright, so now I'm going to figure out which cable is what, and I'm probably going to do the inside one, or I guess it really don't matter whichever one, but I'm not sure if these cables matter which way they go, or just getting them on, because they look like they might. Okay, by the looks of it, the cables are the exact same things, just one goes one way, one goes flipped the other way. So I'm going to start by doing the inside one. I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but that's how I'm going to do it. Take it off the inside. This is going to be a little bit more difficult because you kind of have to work on the inside of the cam. I don't know if you can see me working on the inside of the cam right here, but popped it off. Come up here, do the same thing. Popped it off. Okay, so got that done. I'm going to put this on the ground and then try to find the one that matches it. The cable from the box that matches it the best. Oh, jeez. Put this on the ground. I'm going to find my other cable. I'm assuming, I think they're both the exact same thing. Yeah, so this one. Okay, I'm gonna run this in here. I'm actually probably gonna put it on this end over here first. I don't know if you can see that. Let me go back to the whole bow. So I'm gonna put this end on first. And it goes on the inside of the cam. You can see there's a little groove made for it. Wrap it around. And put it on, there we go. Stretch it tight. This goes inside the roller cam. Okay, I see. On this roller cam, there's a little set screw. I'll take a video real quick. Let me pull this off. There's a, see that little, it's hard to see. There's a little set screw right there, so you can easily pull these strings off and on. I didn't do that the first time, but I'm gonna, and that just slides out like that. So I'm gonna put this back with that bolt in my nut tray up there and see how that just falls out. All right, now I'm gonna run this back through. Rotate this cam down with your hand. You can kind of see what I'm doing. And then put it on its post right here. Got it on the post. Make sure it's running. It is not. You just gotta make sure that all your cables are running in the grooves. Like all of them have their own grooves to run into. You just want to make sure that they're all running into those grooves on each cam. So that side is. Let me make sure it's in the groove over here. So now I'm going to take this next one off and do the same process. So I pull it off here so it's backward. So like the outside one that's on the roller here, the outside one or the inside one, however you want to look at it, you have to rotate the cable because it's backwards, if that makes sense, on the cam. So whatever we just did there, we want to do the opposite here because it's backwards. So I'm going to pull this off. Kind of easier when you're taking them off to take it off the roller first, and it gives you a little bit of extra room to then pop these things off. There we go. Pull it out. Get it out of the roller. Now you got to remember this cable is on the inside, so you don't want to screw that up. Pop this one off. There we go. Set it down here so we know exactly how it goes. Grab this cable. I'm going to the ground to compare it. Perfect. This one inside the cam. I'm going to go over here, put this on first. Now these cables are very strong because they haven't been stretched or shot, obviously, so it's kind of hard to work with the brand new strings, but if you just play with it a little bit, it'll become a little easier. Put that back in the cam. And this one goes on the inside here. Take the paper clip off. Got it. Make sure it is not, but we want to rotate it a little bit. There we go. Make sure it's rolling into there. Okay, so everything's kind of back together. Allen wrench on the ground. Now we're going to go slow when we're letting out. Make sure everything's good and rolling right. The same thing here. I'm going to pull. Everything looks correct. Kind of looks a little weird, so maybe I'm going to pull on it, let it down. Okay, I wanted to come on here real quick and say I've been tinkering with this thing off cam for a while, trying to figure out, I could not draw this sucker back. Had to call cavalry over here. Make sure when you run the cables, you go over the top and then hook it. I was going underneath and hooking it, and it will not pull back. So on both sides, see on this side, the same thing. Go over the top of the circle, then hook it. Do not go underneath. I don't know why. I just went underneath and then hooked it back this way, and it will not let you draw. But now we're going to get it in a stand. I have a bike vise over here. Put on the, I already got the rest on, but I'm not going to try to take it off and refilm that. But we're going to put the sight on, put the stabilizers on, and then hopefully go shoot it a little bit. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is put on this sight real quick. It is 2 bolts right on the back. I'm going to get that going. I'm going to start by putting it, kind of hard to film this, but I'm just going to start by just threading them on. Make sure you line up the 2 holes. There's 2 different spots you can do it. I don't think it really makes that big of a difference. Just make sure you put them either on the top hole or back hole. Let me flip this around, maybe y'all can kind of see. There you go, so you can see, got them going. Get my Allen wrenches. Don't know what that was. And bolt it down. I went to the top front ones just because the further away you have it from the bow, I've heard is a little bit more accurate. I mean, that's not really that going to make much of a difference, but I guess anything does help. So I'm going to get it snugged on the bottom. Snug on the top, and then just kind of wrist tight it. And that's the sight, pretty simple. Okay, after I got obviously the rest was on already, but put the rest on, get the arrow that you plan on shooting, which is this, with the knock, which is a lighted knock. These don't have really a burger button, but it has like a line, so if you can kind of see, it almost matches up perfectly with that line. I have a bubble on the arrow, made sure the bow is level and it's all shooting straight. So next I'm going to tilt this down, which you'll see in the next shot. I'll tilt it down, tie 2 little strings up against the knock so I know where the knock points is to tie on the actual D-loop. So I'm going to tilt this and start doing just a couple overhand knots with some serving strings so then I know where to tie the D-loop. So you can see I got the knot tied. I'm not going to show you how to do the knot. You can search up YouTube. There's a lot better videos than I could make on how to do a knot. But just make sure you have a ball. You see there's a ball here on this side pointing in towards me and this one's pointing out. Just make sure you do that and you should be good. Also forgot to mention, just make sure you have a little bit of wiggle room right here so when you pull back it doesn't give you knock pinch. But right there looks pretty good. There's enough room for the knot or the thing to wiggle. I'm going to pinch these in just a little bit. Grab my knock pliers. Get them in there. And pull that tight. There you go. Sorry it's so hard to film this, but as you can see, got the D-loop tied on. Okay, as you can see, back into the bow vise. Now the reason why that is because I'm putting in the peep sight next. It's a Raptor peep from Hamskea. Me and Dad kind of just switched these. I'm not sure if we like, if they're any better or worse, or I don't know. Just they look cool, I guess, and the cool guys buy them, so we're trying to fit in apparently. But we're gonna, you see all these gas strings come with a divider. I'm gonna leave that divider in there, so if I ever later on down the road want to do it, okay, never mind, divider's coming out. Alright, so now I always get this mixed up, which way it actually is supposed to go in the first try. Sometimes it's nice to have another bow by so you can see how the angle it goes. But it might take you like 32 tries until you actually get the right angle. Also with these, they have like different angles in them. I think you're right. So you see this one's obviously not right. You like it's supposed to go this way. I think that's more right. Yeah, I think that is right. Alright, see, this is what I mean by it's like takes about 32 tries. Let it down. There's a bunch of string twists, but hopefully I can get that out. Jesus. Actually, I'm going to pull this out and try to put an extra twist right here. I'm going to try to flip this around like that. Alright, see now the peep sight's a little bit better and we can rotate the D-loop around. Probably whenever I get it unpressed. Alright, well, got that put in. I'm going to rotate this. You can see the D-loop's like sideways now, but the peep sight's in line. So I'm going to rotate this D-loop back straight. And then I'm going to have Dad pull it back outside about 30 yards. And then we're going to set this, not have him shoot it because it's not tied in. Then we can tie it in. Okay, he's going to pull back and then he's going to close his eyes and then try to put where he thinks the peep sight should be. You sure? Because once we get it tied in, we ain't moving it. Gonna have him draw one more time just to make sure. Good? Okay, now since we got it where Dad kind of liked it, looking through outside, make sure you do it outside because sunlight matters. I'm going to tie it in. Probably going to just do a time lapse of this because I'm sure, again, better videos. I'm not really going into depth on how to do the certain things, just kind of giving you an overview of how I build it. So I'm going to do tie in this peep sight and then I will put the camera back on when on the next step. Also, I'm watching a YouTube video on how to do it. This is by Archery Talk. He has like 3 different methods. Every single time I do a GoPro build, I forget how to do it and I go back to this video. So if you want to look at a very good video on how to do it, Archery Talk. Okay, the last thing we're going to do, I mean, we got everything set up. We're probably going to change this yellow string out at some point, but right now it's whatever because it doesn't match the same yellow. The last thing we're going to do is put this Bowmar nose button on. It's kind of simple, it has the directions on it. Do you want the big one or the small one?
What do we get? The big ones on out,
Yeah. I might take the small one from you. So we're just going to put that on there. Like so, and it clips on pretty good. But we're going to go outside. I'm not going to film it. It's not that big a deal. I'm going to pull back and then I can move this up to wherever his nose touches, where he looks through the peep sight, and then we're going to tie it in. Okay, we got it set where we want to. Not very far below the peep sight, but it's where he said he wanted it. So now we're just going to do a couple overhand knots, nothing crazy. This is all messed up. Jesus Christ, what happened to this? Put that away. Got a piece right here, so now I'm just going to do a couple overhand knots to get it tied on. For some reason I thought we had to crimp these, but maybe not. Kind of give it a wiggle, it ain't moving. Alright. That's pretty much going to do it. I mean, honestly, I'm going to check timing on the draw board. I don't know if y'all want to watch a video on that. If you do, I can make another video just to show you how to check timing and all that stuff. But that's pretty much it. I mean, we put new strings on it, put sight, rest. I'm going to check, look down to just make sure everything's good, timing's good. But that's pretty much the build right there. It's just pretty simple. Just get peep sight in, get your D-loop on, and everything else is just kind of slap on there. So thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, please like if you liked the video, and leave a comment down below what you're shooting this year, if you're gonna keep the same bow you had last year or switch it up.
Thank you.